What's up, guys? Scott back again. Part 2 of the best of 2022 list. We're going from 21 to 11 here. Before we get started, in the background, number 21 from the last video, Autumn Brown is the New Black. Talked at great length about this in a couple videos now already. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started because got 10 more albums to talk about, and there's a lot of good shit in this mid-tier. And go ahead and get started off with a legendary act. Came back out of the woodwork and released an album this year. We're talking about Lord Belial and their newest full-length, Rapture. Awesome shit. It's got a stupid slipcase. Who fucking cares about that shit? But yeah, man. Is it as good as like Enter the Moonlight Gate or any of the other stuff? No. But it's definitely the best thing they've released in quite a bit. I can't remember how long the break was in between records, but look at that album art, man. Fucking awesome shit, man. Lord Belial by the numbers, if you know Lord Belial. I mean, there's a little less of the symphonic stuff in this one. This is more of a straight black metal release. But yeah, man, I had a really great time with this album. I was surprised that they even released anything. But yeah, man, great shit. Highly recommend it. Check it out if you haven't. A few tracks I would recommend to check out would be The Rapture of Belial, Exile of the Gods. Those are two really good tracks off here. And yeah, man, starting off at the number 21, number 20, Lord Belial, Rapture. Awesome shit. Moving along, we got number 19. And this is a newer band that's in that whole new wave of American, like, old school death metal. We got Flesh Rot, right? Flesh Rot with Undiscovered Body. And yeah, man, awesome shit, man. This is a great album. Very different from the other stuff. Unburied Corpse. And it's a lot different than a lot of the old OSDM fucking bands that are coming around nowadays. This dude's got a really weird vocal approach. I mean, it's still an old school death metal vocal approach, but yet at the same time, it's kind of unique and stands out amongst the pack. And yeah, man, I enjoyed the shit out of this. I got this off 20 Bucks Spin. I don't remember who put this out. I mean, there's whoever put it out. I can't fucking read that shit. I believe, yeah, dude, I can't fucking read that shit. Labels, make your fucking shit legible. I know it looks cool, but you can't fucking read it. And what's the fucking point if you can't read it? But at number 19, that was Flesh Rot with Unburied Corpse. Another OSDM band. This one basically rips off Massacre, because I believe Terry Butler from Massacre is in it. And we got Inhuman Condition with their newest one. What's it called? I forget again. Fear Sick. And Fear Sick is an amazing fucking album. I'm guessing that dude's going to start being their mascot. He was also on the Rat God album cover. And yeah, man, if you want some just old school death metal goodness, look no further than this. This is some fucking excellent shit. I mean, it's meat and potatoes death metal, but who doesn't fucking, like I always say, who doesn't love meat and potatoes, dude? If you don't like meat and potatoes, then, I mean, take your vegan ass somewhere else. But yeah, man, I enjoyed the shit out of this. One of my favorite tracks on here is called Recycled Hate. Check out that track. If you can't get into Recycled Hate, you'll not like this. But yeah, man, a very good surprise for this year. One that I enjoyed immensely. Inhuman Condition. Fear Sick. Awesome shit. Another legendary act came out of the woodwork this year and released, in my opinion, probably their best album in a very long time. We're talking about the new one by Autopsy. Fucking Morbidity Triumphant. Awesome stuff. Great shit. Every track on it is just fucking amazing. It's got that real doomy. I mean, these guys pretty much coined doom death metal. And, I mean, they're showing why they're the kings of the crown. Dig that fucking cover art, man. Homeboy's got him a whole robe made of faces. That shit is absolutely fucking ape shit nuts. This is weird as fuck. This is the track Millennial Magic Metal, but we're going on with that. This Autopsy album, man, is just so great. It's fucking doomy. The bass is really pronounced on this album, man, and it's just fucking, it's an awesome, fun as fuck romp with the boys here. If you don't have this on your list, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. This shit is great. But yeah, man, I hope they continue on this trajectory, because this is some great shit. Hold on, fellas. Calm the fuck down, Assassination. That shit's too loud. Anyway, yeah, man. Autopsy, Morbidity Triumphant. Awesome shit. Highly recommend it. That is, what, number 20, 19, 18, number 17. Coming in at number 16 is yet another kind of legacy act. And we're talking about the new one by Goat Whore, man. Black and Thrash masters from fucking New Orleans. I personally actually know some of the guys in this band. I've met them on quite a few occasions when I've seen them live. Great dudes. This is definitely a step up from the last full length. The last full length, I mean, I own it. I even went so far as like to go and get like the special edition of it, like the tone book edition, and it didn't do nothing for me. It's not that it's a bad album, but it wasn't great. Where this one is Goat Whore coming back, firing on all fucking cylinders. This has got some of the best riffs Sammy has wrote in a long time. I'm thinking this is probably my favorite album of theirs since Blood for the Master. And yeah, man, the new one by Goat Whore, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Angels Hung from the Arches of Heaven, or some long-ass, long-winded title. But yeah, man, this is amazing. Awesome shit. But yeah, man, coming in at number 15, coming in at number 16 is Goat Whore's newest offering, Angels Hung from the Arches of Heaven. I guess that's what it's called. Dude, the fucking fonts on these CDs nowadays are so fucking small, you can't fucking read this shit. And, you know, there's no track listing on the back, just more cover art. But this is a great album. Highly recommend it. Coming in at number 16. At number 15, we got an EP from a band that I absolutely just cannot fucking get enough of. And that's Massacre with their new EP, Mythos. Another great continuation of what Cam Lee's vision for the band is. I'm going to say, I've heard a lot of shit about Cam, about him being a complete and total douchebag. I can see it. But the dude's a fucking legend, man. And he's kind of earned his right. Especially when it comes to finally getting back the rights to this band's name. To do what he wants, man. He's probably one of the best with the fucking kind of developed the kind of Cookie Monster vocal style that's become synonymous with death metal. And this album kind of continues this EP continues in the trajectory of the last full-length Resurgence, with a lot of Lovecraftian stuff going on it. As you can tell by the title, Mythos. I mean, it don't get more Lovecraftian than that, man. And yeah, man, this shit is great. Like, I love that fucking artwork in the tray. So good. This, from top to bottom, is probably one of my favorite EPs of the year. I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite, but it's one of them. And yeah, man, we'll go ahead and look through the book here a little bit. Behind the Serpent's Curse, that's a great track. The Dunwich Horror is another great track off here. The Mythos That Lovecraft Built is another great track. Though, I mean, all tracks on this are fucking amazing. From start to finish, this is great meat and potatoes death metal. Like I said with Inhuman Condition, if you can't get into meat and potatoes death metal, then that's on you. But some of this stuff, yeah, it's kind of basic, bitch. But yet at the same time, I dig the fucking old school death metal sound. 95% of the death metal that I listen to is either some of the new OSDM bands, or I go back to the classics like From Beyond or Morbid Angel or the Cannibal Corpse first 4 albums or the first 5 from Deicide. But we're not talking about those, we're talking about Massacre. And Massacre earns their spot here on the list at number 15. Massacre, Mythos. Awesome shit. Another great death metal band came out of the woodwork this year and delivered a new full length, and we're going to talk about Exhumed with their new full length, To the Dead. This one is kind of a recent-ish album, but it's fucking killer. I've kind of just recently dove into Exhumed's discography. I've got most of it. I'm missing a couple releases, but it's the couple releases that are hard as fuck to find. But we're not talking about those. We're talking about the new one. And yeah, man, this is great. Is it better than Horror, their last full length? I don't think so. I don't think it's a step down. I don't think it's equal. I think Horror's a better release. But this one is definitely no slouch. The song Rank and Defiled that's on this album is probably one of my favorite death metal tracks of the year. If you check out anything off this, if you haven't heard it yet, check out Rank and Defiled. Amazing track. I'll kind of get you a look at the disc here. I think there's not a whole lot going on with the booklet. Nah, it's all just lyrics. But you got a cool picture of the boys. Raw Sewage. His vocals are probably one of my favorites in death metal, besides like Cam Lee and classic David Vincent and classic Chris Barnes. But Matt Harvey's screeches are great on here. But yeah, man, awesome shit. Check it out if you haven't. Coming in at number 14, we got Exhumed with To the Dead. Awesome shit. Highly recommend it. And this one here, man, Metal Archives has these guys listed as a deathcore band. I don't hear that. I hear just straight up brutal death metal and a touch of grindcore. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. Another EP from this year. We got Coffin Feeder with Over the Top, and that cover art alone should get it on everybody's list. You got, like, if you can see it right here. Right here. You got Gizmo pissing on the severed head of Kevin from Home Alone. How fucking awesome is this cover art, man? This is one of my favorite cover arts of the entire year. You got Arnie fucking ripping the heart out of the chest of fucking John McClane. Awesome stuff. You got tracks. The tracks on here, there's only 4, but each of them kind of cover a 80s action movie. Like the first track, Dead or Alive, is a nod to RoboCop. Defense is a nod to Falling Down, which Michael Douglas is in here somewhere in this jumble-fucked great collage of just 80s awesomeness. You got the third track is called A Good Supply of Body Bags, which is basically a death metal ode to First Blood. And yeah, man, even got the Over the Top logo, which is like that font is actually the same font that's used in the Stallone arm wrestling flick that bombed horribly. But yeah, man, this is a great EP. Really fun, really death and grindy. It's got a little bit of a mix of screechy vocals. It kind of sounds like the vocal approach kind of sounds like Cattle Decapitation. And that's not a bad thing because that's an amazing band as well. But yeah, man, I'll let you soak that in just a little bit longer because that is seriously an amazing, amazing cover art. Coffin Feeder, over the top. Awesome shit. Coming in at number 12 is another legendary act, put out great material this year. We're talking about the new one from Belphegor, The Devils. Now, I've recently, over the last year, become full-blown obsessed with Belphegor. I've got the entire discography. I plan on ranking them, and this one is right there in the middle as some of their good shit, man. Is it my favorite Belphegor? Absolutely not. That would probably be Lucifer and Cestus, but fucking amazing cover art. There's your disc there. Every track on here is a banger. Leans a little bit more into the death metal than what they normally do. They usually have a good balance between death metal and black metal, but this time around, it's a little bit more towards the death metal side of things. Apparently nope. We got Autumn Brown is the New Black coming up. All right. Anyway, sorry I got sidetracked. Thought the music was gone. But talking about the Devils here. And man, this is a fucking amazing album. I rocked the fuck out of this when it came out. And it still gets, it still gets spun relatively often. And yeah, man, I'm not going to recommend you any tracks off this. I think you should just go and listen to the whole thing yourself. But yeah, man. Belphegor, The Devils, coming in at number 12. Awesome fucking blossom. And coming in at number 11 is one that a band I've never heard of ever. And this album is probably some of the best black and roll you'll hear. And we're talking about the newest offering from, I believe they're a Swedish band. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It's either Slake or Sleget or Spaghetti or, not Spaghetti. That's what, dumbasses call spaghetti, but Sleget. I don't know how to pronounce that. But their album, Goddess. And this fucker here got spun a lot when it came out. I heard it on Apple Music and just became obsessed with it. For almost a month and a half, this was in constant rotation. Deceived by an Amethyst is an amazing song. Kiss from a Knife. Hunt Again. Another great track off here is one of the singles called Fealty Thunder Whip. And of course the title track, Goddess. This is straight up just some fucking great black and roll. It's, it takes what Abath was doing with his black and roll stuff and just perfects it. I mean, the artwork in here is fucking no slouch either, man. This artwork is amazing. But yeah, man, a band I've never once ever heard of. I've never heard of these guys. I'm kind of glad I discovered them. I need to go back and pick up some more of their stuff if I can. Look at that. Look at that fucking amazing fucking artwork in here, dude. Great, great, great album. I highly recommend this to anyone who's getting kind of burnt out on like all the pretentious, crazy black metal shit. This is a really good palate cleanse for that. It's got a whole hell of a lot of nods to traditional heavy metal, but yet with that blackened touch. A little bit like that Night album that was on the last part of the list, but this is miles better. But yeah, man. Sleget or Spigot or whatever the fuck, however the fuck you pronounce that name, with Goddess, coming in at number 11. With that being said, guys, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the top 10. That one should be coming here within the next couple, 2-3 days. And yeah, man, hit me up down in the comments. Let me know what you think of these albums, what you think of this amazing fucking EP. Autumn Brown is the New Black. And yeah, man, let's get a discussion going. Until next time, guys, see you in the next video. Later on.